Hello, friends.
Hi.
It's the Cinemondo podcast. Kathy and me talking about movie trailers. And you know what? I don't know if you guys know or not, but I wrote a book.
It's
It's
very
a
cool, very thorough.
it's just my idea of 100 movies that I like. It's basically that, like the first 100. It's like it's volume 1, and it's like my obvious choices.
Mhm.
But I think you might like it if you like this podcast. If you're watching the podcast and you sort of get anything useful out of anything I've ever said.
Mhm.
So if you like that kind of thing and you want to read kind of hopefully like a slightly different take on it
Yes.
than you get in other film books, you might like it.
Check it out.
You can get it on Amazon. If you go to Amazon and then look for my name, it's right there.
And we're going to do a series talking about the book and the movies in it, so you'll get a little sneak peek at what you might find in the book. So we're going
That's
to
a
be
good
doing that.
idea.
Yes, that's right. But in the meantime, there was big news in entertainment lately is that they're giving Oscars to stunt people now, which is
Yes.
finally, I feel like it's about time that stunt people have gotten Oscars because they do so much of the good work and they never recognize they're doing the job well if they're invisible. Like you can't tell
Yeah.
them, right? That's when you know you're doing a good job.
Well, is it stunt people or is it stunt coordination or stunt design?
I think it's
Stunt
actually
design.
stunt guys, but we'll find out. It's still just kind of happening.
Because I think a lot of times, and I consider this a huge plus as far as film production goes. A lot of stunts are digital. They're not real people in danger. Like when you see a guy falling out of an airplane in the old days, he was falling out of an airplane and landing on a big pile of cardboard boxes or some big inflatable balloon thing, and he could break his back or something if he landed wrong. But now, if you see a guy falling out of an airplane, a lot of times it's a CGI kind of guy falling out of there.
Well, they're not going to give Oscars to a CGI guy.
But I wonder if the design of the stunt, because I think stunt coordinators still work those things out with the crew. They still come to the meetings, and they'll say things like, "Okay, she's got to fall off of a motorcycle. I think our actress can do that, or I think a stunt person can do that." But if she's gonna, she's like holding onto a helicopter while it's taking off, it's like, let's do that digitally, so there's like coordination involved, I think, in deciding whether
this will answer all your questions.
Oh, okay.
The category is called Achievement in Stunt Design.
Stunt design.
That marks a significant step and recognize the artistry, and dedication of stunt performers and coordinators.
Cool.
So
okay, so that's
stunt performers and coordinators, not digital effects. That'll be a whole different category.
But I think they would coordinate the digital effects just to make sure that it looks right and that the person falls correctly.
Stunt
And that the
performers.
Well, if you're doing a character, it's like Andy Serkis when he plays Gollum, he's doing a performance.
Right.
And I think, when they do motion capture stuff, like when somebody falls out of a plane, you don't want it to just look like somebody threw a G.I. Joe out of a plane. It needs to go, it needs to look real. And that's a performance. That's what a
performer. Yes, definitely. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
I hope it doesn't lead to people doing really dangerous things to try and get an Oscar, like kind of getting a little crazy, but hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah, hopefully their safety standards are, they've gotten a little bit more strict over the years, which I'm all in favor of. And I've been on sets where people have been hurt really badly, and I've seen that happen personally, like right next to me a couple times. And it's like people don't realize how much danger stunt people put themselves into in the days before there was digital stunt dummies,
Yeah. Well, and then there's Tom Cruise. He does all his stunts because he's a crazy person. So he must be insured out the wazoo to try and get this stuff done. But he does it for real. And that's, yes, other wires, yes. But he's still out there doing the stunt as it's designed and not being a body double. So that's kind of his shtick almost. Kind of like Jackie Chan back in the day when he used to do all his own stunts. And you'd always see him getting hurt in the they past credit stuff, post credits.
Jackie Chan was really falling off buildings, though.
He was
like really jumping off cars.
He was really hurting himself. But Tom Cruise, it's become like almost its own industry of the Tom Cruise stunt that's going to be in a movie. And then they actually have a whole other like making of the stunt that becomes like a viral trailer kind of idea.
Yeah.
So just having him do the stunts, I thought that last stunt he did in the last Mission Impossible, him taking that motorcycle off the cliff, was the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like and when he tried to do it more than once, and then you see people going, "Yay, we did it!" And then he goes, "I'm going to do it again." They're all like, "Oh my god, oh my god!"
Yeah.
Like they don't want to be the guy who killed Tom Cruise, but he seems to be on a mission. Get it? He's on a mission to die on film. I think that's his whole thing.
Well, hopefully somebody is going to make that mission impossible for him, because it would be such a bummer to hear that he hurt himself on the set or worse, because. But the thing is, like you were saying before, there's a lot of safety measures, and there also are little digital things that assist in stunts. Like he may actually be out there on the wing of the Airbus while it's taking off, or looking like it's taking off. But the harness that he's wearing and the aircraft cables that are attaching him to the safety points and all that kind of stuff, those are digitally removed so that it looks like he's standing out there. And nobody in their right mind would believe that Tom Cruise would be standing out on the wing of an airplane
but he's still doing it
without protection.
Things. It'd be scary as hell. Like remember he stood on top of that building in Dubai?
Yeah.
He's had wires, but that was terrifying to just even look at. I couldn't.
I'm not going to do that.
No way.
So, I'm not going to do that.
If we take a look at the poster, we kind of get a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
So they love doing this too for the Mission Impossible posters, is like showing a poster of the big stunt you're going to see.
Yeah.
So last time they showed him on this motorcycle, jumping off the motorcycle, in the midair off a cliff.
Yeah.
And he's very particular. I worked on the last poster, and he's very particular about how he looks, and he wants to make sure it's from the film. He doesn't want any body doubles. He doesn't want any special shoot. He wants it to be him doing it.
No head strips.
No head strips, like and he wants to look good doing it. So
yeah,
there's a few challenges, but here it is, and that plane's upside down. So what the hell? Yeah. So we're probably going to see that. Yeah. And then we also we went over this poster before, where it shows probably what he looked like after that stunt. So yeah. That's what he looked like. So I love that they're kind of showing him beat up. He won't do photo shoots anymore. Tom Cruise refused to do a photo shoot, so he wants to do everything, like whatever's on set, whatever's happened during filming. If you get it in unit, it's all good. But they don't want to do special shoots anymore. So you see his eyes.
So this would be unit. This is like unit.
Yeah. You could tell.
So hair and makeup did that. Hair and makeup.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And the shot's a little low quality. You can tell it's been, it's kind of a little soft. They've done what they could, but it's not like a photo shoot quality shot. It's a little bit of haziness, a little bit of grain. You can tell it's painted in. And then this, of course, I can't wait to see what this looks like.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's a trailer. I've not seen this.
I know. I haven't either. I just saw it was out. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta see what this is.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready?
Let me do my stunt here. Ow. See, that's
he did that for no. There was padding and wiring. We know you didn't really hit yourself.
Yeah, I've got it hits this. So yeah, it sounds like it hurts, but it doesn't.
It doesn't hurt. He's okay, you guys.
All right. Ready?
All right, yes.
Quiet.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
A CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
God.
He gassed a security briefing.
What? Oh yeah, you do that.
Was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is
the guy from Severance.
Your plan?
Whoa.
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan.
Getting a little bit science fiction.
All your secrets
Well,
compromised. Everything you are,
Going back in time.
everything you've done,
Every stunt.
has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Trust in Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Not last time. Hopefully it's not the last one.
I think it's the last one.
Oh no.
It's time to move on to some other action films he could do stunts for.
Yeah, maybe so. But these Mission Impossible, I actually really love these
so
Mission
fun.
Impossible movies. They're so nutty and crazy. Like the TV series that I remember when I was a kid, it was like people with the rubber mask.
Oh, the mask thing. I totally forgot about that. I'm often thinking, oh, the stunts. But my God, there you go.
And there seems to be this weird sort of science fiction-y, like downloading brain data or something going on in here, like Black Mirror kind of vibe.
Yeah, I like that too because it brought back all of the Mission Impossible movies that we remember.
Yeah,
crazy stunts. I love that they showed the wire thing because I remember that was such
so
a cool
iconic.
thing.
Yeah.
Ah, so great. And so I love they're starting to bring back. You sort of forget, like, oh yeah, that stunt. Oh yeah, that stunt.
Yeah.
All those amazing stunts they have in there. So there was a lot of great stuff in that. That did feel very epic, like it was a finale. It really did. They brought back all the old stunts. They brought, they made the new stunt that looked insane. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And it looked a little more emotional than a lot of them do. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, like maybe the last mission, the thing, one last time kind of stuff. It looks like maybe hope. I would hope they would keep making them, but I guess they do maybe have to stop eventually. Maybe just the last one didn't make as much money as I wanted it to. So
it made a lot of money, but it didn't make it, like they wanted it to compete with Barbie. And it didn't. So, and Oppenheimer. So it all came out kind of at the same time. I feel like they kind of buried it a little bit, even though it was a big movie. They probably thought, Oppenheimer, who's going to see that? And Barbie, we don't even have the same audience. But then they're like, oh, we do have this.
Well, they might be feeling like, well, you guys didn't come see the last one. Well, now it's the last, don't get any more after this. So,
so this is directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who's done all of them just about. I think he's done all of them. And then he's also done a lot of all the Tom Cruise action stuff.
Yes.
It's like he's his guy.
Reacher, Maverick, all that stuff. It's
Gun.
like tough, big stunt stuff, like blockbuster kind of films with a million things happening, and just you know that you're going to get a good time at these movies. It's like there's going to be stuff in there that's going to take your breath away, and like, oh my God, suspense and major things at stake. The whole world could be destroyed if Tom Cruise doesn't, if he is unable to hang on to that yellow airplane.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
But that's sort of the interesting part, though, because when you're seeing that and Tom Cruise is having a reaction to being dragged by a plane, that he's really feeling that.
Yeah. Yeah, you could tell by the way his hair was plastered on his head.
He's probably hating that.
And he was probably thinking, oh, I don't like that hair look. But you know what? It looks real. So
it looks real. So I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go of vanity for 1 second.
Yeah.
Also, I love that Trammell Tillman's in it. He plays Milchick on Severance, and he was totally the breakout character in Severance. Like, he is so good.
Yeah.
So unique inside a show that is full of uniqueness. So that makes it almost even better than even just knowing that it's a new Mission Impossible. In fact, that guy's in it. You're like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Give me more of him. All right. So let us know in the comments what you think of Mission Impossible. Which one's your favorite? And are you looking forward to this one?
Yeah. And what is your thought about this being perhaps the last one? And, I don't know. I hate to even bring this up, but Tom Cruise is, I don't know how old he is, but he is, he's not 25. Last I heard, he's not a youngster. And I wonder if maybe he's feeling like, I want to stop doing these crazy stunt type movies
I don't
before
think
I
he'll
hurt myself.
ever stop. He's 62 and he looks 40 and he looks amazing and he's incredible health. He's taking care of himself. He looks amazing. He's in
Yeah.
great shape. He's not even just doing the stunts, but you see, like, it's incredibly physical. The running, the jump, everything. Like, oh my God.
No, I'll tell you something.
He knows
I've been
where
on the set with this guy, and not, you know, we're not like
he's
best
close.
friends, but we're pretty close. But
Yeah, I guess sometimes.
not really. But he's one of my best friends, not really. But
Busy a lot.
I've seen him work, you know, and he is absolutely filled with exuberant energy and friendliness. And from my experience, some people have said other things, but just, you know, like, he's got like this drive. Clearly doesn't, I mean, the thing is, he doesn't have to anymore. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He doesn't have to do all that stuff anymore, and yet he does. So I always have this feeling like he enjoys it.
Yes.
And it also gives him a little bit of publicity. That thing you were talking about, how they show the stunt on the poster, and that does kind of drive people to want to see it, because they're like, whoa, he's really doing that stuff. And
That's right.
I think there's something inherent in the sort of analog realm of film that people kind of get to where they're getting like AI fatigue and a little bit of CGI fatigue and a little bit of everything digital fatigue.
Yeah.
And I think when they hear filmmakers like Christopher Nolan and others, and you know, people like Tom Cruise, who want to put a real human touch to the films they're making, the work they're doing, the art they're creating, the, you know, entertainment they're creating, I think that's a draw. And it makes me happy to think that people want to go see movies that were shot on film. They want to go hear scores that were recorded with a real orchestra, and they want to go see movies where the dude is doing the stunts. You know, I think it's kind of,
that's right.
It's cool.
It feels legit. And, you know, honestly, when I'm watching a movie and I see a big crazy stunt, I'm kind of automatically looking for the cut or looking to see who it is. It's not even intentional, because I know it's a stunt. I know it's fake, but I look for it. So the fact we know that Tom Cruise is doing it makes it almost scarier and creepier.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
so
you want to have your suspension of disbelief. You know, when you're watching the old Star Trek show and suddenly Captain Kirk is a totally different guy while he's fighting someone, it's funny. It's kind of cool. It's kind of quaint, and I kind of love that about the old Star Trek shows.
That's
and
right.
Sometimes you'll see cables in some of the old Shaw Brothers movies or something when they're fighting or jumping around.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I think people, if they saw a cable or if they saw suddenly Tom Cruise, like, that's not Tom Cruise, they would balk at that and they would reject it,
because that's
it has to look real now.
That's right. That's right. All right. So let us know what you think, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.